Tartarus Queen Dragoness again, and in today's video, I just want to start off with saying, how was your holidays? Did you get drunk enough? Did you finally get that PS5 that you've been wanting for like 2 years now, I think? Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. Well, I guess Santa didn't come by this year. Sag. Anyways, hope you all guys had a good year popping fireworks. I know it's cold down here at the time of recording this video. Uh but anyways, drunks aside and crazy people on the other, let's start off with this video. So, over the past month of December, we have seen 3 stories pop up regarding a Penn State University student, a church diocese not granting any baptism or transgender individuals to, in the same spectrum, a play being performed in Germany about Jesus himself being transgender. In this new installment of Dumb Things from Woke Trans. Yes, I realize that title is a little bit cringe. I couldn't come up with anything else. But you know what? Aside from the title being so cringe, the stories kind of get a little bit cringier. So bear with me. We start off with the most controversial thing being discussed over the past month, with the criticisms toward Leah Thomas from Penn State University, where she is now smashing records by horrendous margins in her swim team. But one girl out of those of her team uh, is speaking out of how they dislike the fact that a transgender individual is just beating out biological women. By how much, you say? Oh, it couldn't be that much. 38 seconds. 38 seconds is a dominant margin that is just mind-boggling. It is stated by this one female that the entirety of the team is afraid to speak out because they too will be scrutinized by the public. So they lie about Leah's accomplishments just to please others. Really? You really are afraid to speak out against people who are tone deaf to what reality really is? If doctors, yes, I'm saying doctors, have actually recently been speaking out about this whole transgender issue, and they're willing to do it, why can't a bunch of college students? Now, it's stated that the regulations in the state for transgender females must be on hormone suppressants for 1 year before competing in sports. 1 year. But as I said before, doctors say that's too soon. And if my memory serves me correct, one doctor actually stated at least 5 years is recommended. Which, to be honest, seems like the most logical thing I've ever heard from a medical professional. But alas, we know that sports disavow any sort of pride in rules and regulations in the hopes of forever winning that gigantic 30-foot pure platinum gold trophy in the school entrance hallways. What worries me is that Leah herself, Leah, I don't know, pretty much is ignoring all the controversy, which leads me to think that she is enjoying this sort of attention with an absurd amount of passion. Stating in an interview with Swim, and she didn't even talk to any other local media or anything like that. She talked to Swim, which I think is her local school radio thing, radio or like newspaper, that it is not good for her mental health to engage with any of this controversy. This leads me to believe that she undoubtedly likes this kind of abuse of power. She's enjoying this completely. However, the way that the context was presented, it seems to me that she is being manipulated or brainwashed into becoming the best thing in the world by the coaches themselves. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But as far as competitive coaches are concerned, I've seen that happen before throughout my high school years. And it's a thing. It is definitely a thing. After 2 decades, almost 2 decades away from school, nothing has changed in the attitudes of egotistical, small PP, little brain coaches with big egos. However, this is all just pure speculation. But it's also worth pointing out what is also piquing my interest is the lack of people close to Leah not speaking for Leah herself, either family or friends. This leads me to believe that Miss Thomas has undergone the procedure in order to create artificial self-worth, to continuously get that stimulus of accomplishment regardless of who she hurts in the process. Again, I personally don't know this person to justify whether her what her psychological status or what her personality is. I'm just pointing out some key observations that many people might have missed. And it's strange. It really is strange how this how Leah is handling herself and how this whole situation is just really weird. But alas, I digress. Maybe we'll get some more information later on. Who knows? We move on to church politics, to where millennia of improper political intervention to social issues has yet again hit the trans community. It is stated that from the Michigan church who's doing this, that they are saying that one who is gay or trans, that in order to receive communion, baptism, or be a witness to such a communion, must first repent. Now, this is not a blanket statement over all Catholic churches, because we know stuff happens within the Catholic community. Okay, so I'm not making a blanket bold statement over the whole entire religion. It's just a few dioceses here and there, and I'm not sure if most of you do agree, but the Bible was never meant to be used as a political tool to sway public opinion to their cause. so to speak. I mean, the Catholic Church for millennia has been getting involved with things that they were not supposed to be getting themselves into, hence why America was established in the first place, because the Catholic Church has been notorious for making dumb rules, which the Bible never really specifically states literally. I am pretty sure that if Jesus were alive today, he would be monkey slapping these hooligans to kingdom come by physical means or by frying their brains with philosophies that challenge their way of thinking to the point where they would run out of smart comments pretty quickly. And if that ever happens, I want front row seats to see the expressions on their dumbfounded faces. Which reminds me, I need to restock on the popcorn. Could somebody please get me some popcorn, please? And maybe some Cheetos. I love me some Cheetos. And bonbons. Now this next story is very similar to the first, but a whole different thing. This comes from Fox News. And knowing their reputation to be news that is equal to the National Enquirer, I just couldn't pass up this opportunity to cover this absurd story where try to hold it in, okay, because it's so funny. Where a museum in Germany set up an exhibit to which the Bible has LGBT themes to it. And that Jesus was transgender. The exhibit is called G star TT W/M/D, where it encourages the public to take a look at the diversity of gender identities from biblical and modern times and find a divine answer that fits all questions. You are good as you are. The museum, which opened up its doors on June 23rd, 2021, is also putting on a play. And guess what that title of the play is? The Gospel According to Jesus, Queen of the Heavens. I'm sorry, but what? The Gospel According to Jesus, Queen of Heaven. Now, I can acknowledge that I do harp on the hardcore religious fanatics and on questionable interpretations of the Bible from the diocese. But I think we can all agree that this is beyond that which is reasonable and philosophical. I'm sorry, I don't think Jesus Christ himself was transgender. Not in the slightest. What, just because he has long flowing hair? And that maybe he was carrying himself in a different, like, dainty way? No. God, you guys are crazy. This also could mean that could there have been LGBT themes inside the Bible itself? Yes, maybe there could have been. And we're just too dumb or blind to even see. The Bible, in my eyes, is a big, giant puzzle. But you would have to be literally on one to go this far in thinking that this idea is going to work. And this example of dumb trans wokeness is the epitome of this country's direction of thinking. If all this crazy rhetoric goes unchecked, maybe some moron would severely misunderstand the representation of Moses of the Red Sea as, well, I'll just leave you that with an imagination story. Okay? I'll leave that to your imagination. Parting of the Red Sea. Oh my god. I can't believe I said it. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to floss my brain. Requiesca de bache. Get me out of here. Please.